Hello everyone, and in a recent spate of news that I found, Leigh Alexander is, lo and behold, terrible for business. I don't know this. Well, Tale for Tales, a gaming developer company that's recently gone bust, hired her and a number of other social justice warrior type PR advisors, journalists, the whole show, to help run a media campaign for their game Sunset. Now, they did everything. They hired the PR reps to lift the burden upon the developers so that developers can concentrate on the game. They put ads on Rock Paper Shotgun, etc, etc. They did everything, yet the game bombed. Now, I've never heard of the game, which probably should come to no surprise considering that I generally don't keep up with indie games anymore. And also that games that bomb don't tend to be well known. Now, they have been blaming Leigh Alexander for bad advice and poor advertising. Just generally whatever she told them was bullshit. And I can read that to you now. And it says, "Being wrong will set you free. We studied successful games and applied our findings to the design of Sunset. And while the inclusion of certain conventions seems to have helped some people enjoy the game, it didn't affect the size of our audience much. We spent a lot of money on a PR company who got us plenty of press, took some work and worries off our shoulders, and found us other marketing opportunities, but it didn't help sales one bit. We even took out an advertisement on Rock Paper Shotgun, where we figured the people most interested in Sunset would be gathered. They must all use AdBlock because that had no effect whatsoever. We worked hard on presenting a gentler tale of tales to the public, which basically meant that Michael was forbidden to talk in public, and Aurea often just smiled at the camera, parroting words while whispered in her ears by communication coaches. Didn't make a difference. So now we are free. We don't have to take advice from anybody anymore. We were wrong. Everybody whom we consulted with on Sunset was wrong. We are happy and proud that we have tried to make a game for gamers. We really did our best with Sunset, our very best, and we failed. So that's one thing we never need to do again. Creativity still burns wildly in our hearts, but we don't think we will be making video games after this, and if we do, definitely not commercial ones. So you could be saying, you know what? These people had bad advice, they were obviously new kids on the block. They just made a mistake. No. As you will find later on, these people are no different to Leigh Alexander. But first, let's just analyse this last paragraph here. We're happy and proud that we tried to make a game for gamers. Now bear in mind, game for gamers is in inverted commas. And these are the same types of people who bought into the fact that gamers don't have to be your audience. And they've now they fell for it. They fell for the fact that gamers don't have to be your audience because now they think, oh, we made a game for gamers, it didn't work. Well, I'm sorry, clearly you took the wrong advice off these idiots and gamers didn't hear about your game. And apparently you're a bullshit company anyway that's talked shit on the internet, apparently. Apparently that's what Michael has done, as you shall soon see soon. So, okay, let's get to those quotes. And here's their official Twitter. Now, if you were to see this for the first time, say, oh, poor indie developers, they just look to the wrong person and lick it up, Leigh. But your sympathy will dissipate when you find out what they've been writing on Twitter. Perfect. Goodbye, gamers. May you die in the same agony that you caused to thousands of defenseless virtual creatures. And this is from the two people who are making the games. They are the leaders of this defunct development company that has gone bust. Not so sympathetic now, are you people? And not so easy to like them, I'd say. And they continue to say, ha ha ha, I'm so free. Look at me, I can say fuck games, fuck gamers, fuck the game industry. Die, 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 and rot in hell. So what are these people doing in the industry? They clearly hate their audience, or at least people who are gamers. They seem to be trying to make games for people who are clearly not gamers. Otherwise, why would you advertise your game on Rock Paper Shotgun and organise all these stupid PR reps who probably don't know how to to even remotely advertise a game. Oh, and they took advice from Leigh Alexander. They had nothing to blame but themselves. But here they seem to be blaming us. Because even though they're blaming other people, they still took the advice and their game still bombed, and now their company is gone. Bankrupt. Zilch. Zero. Nothing left. And then it gets worse. It gets worse. As Michael Salmon, the Michael out of those guys, he says, in 2002, I chose to use video games as my artistic medium. The more I got to know the technology, the industry, the creators and the audience, the less I liked what I saw. I used to be quite vocal about this, until I noticed that people seemed to hate me so much that they didn't want to play our games. Well, I'm not surprised, considering that all you ever did was badmouth gamers, badmouth the industry. You pretty much chose video games because apparently you can't do anything else. I mean, what are your other talents? Because whatever it is, it's clearly not making video games. Video games is not a medium that anyone can get into, you know, like making a movie or writing a book. I mean, to be fair, all of them are highly specialised, but you can't just pick and choose what you want and expect to be really good at it. And on one hand, bad-mouthing the industry, bad-mouthing the people who buy the games, you know, and expect people to buy your games. I mean, isn't that common sense? But these are social justice warriors, so they don't have common sense. So I shut my mouth, closed my Twitter, closed my Facebook, and only spoke publicly in diplomatic, calculated marketing terms until now. Well, you shut up, but it still didn't help your games because the internet never forgets. Nothing much has changed in video games, and I don't see a bright future for this medium if some radical changes don't happen soon. I am ready to share my views on this and the broader economic, political and social context. I have no commercial interest in the game industry anymore. I have nothing to lose. I can safely bite the hand that was unable to feed me. But I only care if you do. Well, all I can say is the video game industry has been doing a hell of a lot of good without you. It doesn't particularly need you. You offered nothing new to the table. You couldn't sell a game to save your life because you were horrible. You must be clearly a terrible game developer, otherwise you would not have sold so poorly and be such an arsehole to everyone else. And he continues to say, a long list of topics I'm eager to discuss has been piling up for years. I've had to bite my lips so many times that I'm not even sure if I can still speak, but with your help I will try. I will try to express my feelings in concise articles published monthly or fortnightly for all to see. Maybe this will inspire some to make the many changes necessary to improve the situation. If not, it will contribute, however modestly, to the utter annihilation of video games as we know them. That would be nice. And this is a Patreon account for some kind of, I don't know, I think it's some news site, you know, video game website where you can basically talk shit about all of us and basically try and destroy video games. Fat chance. Have you seen E3? Video games aren't going anytime soon. Just because one person wants to destroy our subculture, doesn't mean that it will be destroyed. And this just begs the question, if he hated video games and gamers so much, why did he enter the industry in the first place 13 years ago? I think the fact of the matter is he thought he could make a quick buck. He thought, you know what, I'm a talented individual, I'm an artiste, surely I can make loads of money and expand my horizons with video games. It's only video games. Tough industry to crack, isn't it, Michael?
When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other.
But, you know, who am I to judge? I mean, when Ian Miles Chong is burning you, you know you're a fucking terrible developer and also a terrible human being. And he says, Tale of Tales' commercial failure of Sunset just goes to show that gamers aren't over and that they still have to be your audience. Ching! What can I say? His transformation has been amazing. I'm actually beginning to believe that yes, he is honest about this transformation. How long may it continue? Long may he see the light. It also makes me sorry for Leigh, kind of, almost, maybe. But then, you know, she's exactly the same as these people. I mean, you know, she tried the hardest to get these people to sell their game. I mean, there's not much you could do if it didn't work. I mean, you just try again and maybe try and be a better person. I mean, the guy was told to not say anything and be quiet because he can't keep his mouth shut. He didn't do it on purpose. He did it knowing that this could probably help sell his game, but the internet doesn't forgive and forget, and their game didn't sell. So it's not really her fault, but at the same time it is, because she gave them shit advice, as well as being Leigh Alexander. Nobody wants to buy something that's connected with Leigh Alexander. Long may the SJWs eat each other up. This is just further infighting. I mean, they're trying to spin it so that they can blame it on us, but really we all know who they're blaming it on: themselves. So I've got nothing else to talk about this. I've said all that I can. This has been CharmingMan93. Like and share the video, drop a comment, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you later.